So for the last 6 months I let AI write my scripts word for word and every video felt dead. I used to watch them back and think,
who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
and it wasn't AI's fault, it was obviously mine. So I used to do this because I was working a 9 to 5 at the time, juggling normal life whilst trying to grow my YouTube channel. So I was heavily relying on AI to produce videos for me. And obviously when you do that, you just get the same old recycled, soulless information, which was the biggest mistake I made. So obviously I knew I couldn't keep making content this way. You know, I needed to find a way where I could use AI without turning myself into a robot. So I decided to completely change my workflow. And the turning point was using Ali Abdaal's app, Voicepal. Honestly, this app has been an absolute game changer for me. So by the end of this video, I'll be sharing you the 3 steps that I use with Voicepal to capture real ideas, shape them with AI, and create content that actually sound human. Okay, so what is Voicepal? Voicepal is basically a voice-to-text app that helps you, transcribe and structure your ideas by using your voice. So basically what you do is you talk to it, it listens, and it asks you further questions that force you to explain your thinking. So when you're creating content, you're not just staring at a blank page like a psychopath. You talk to it, the voice transcribes your ideas, it asks you more questions, which allows you to deepen your thinking. So after using it for a couple of weeks, it completely changed the way I create content, and here's how I use it. So whenever an idea hits me, usually on a walk or in the gym, I just open up Voicepal and I just start chatting absolute waffle. Here's a little demonstration. Okay, so I'm just going to show you quickly how I would use Voicepal. So as you can see, I kind of used it earlier in regards to embracing the authenticity on content creation. And you can see, so these little grey bits are where AI has asked me questions and I've replied to it. So I'll just show you very quickly on how it works. So I'm going to choose the last question. So you click on it, you just brain dump really. So
2 hours later.
So it's basically just uploading now, and it will basically give me like a transcribe and then 3 more questions I can develop further into that. That's kind of how I use it when I go on a walk, or if I'm, just chilling and I have an idea, I'll just spit it into here and it will kind of just, really comprehend my thoughts and understand my thoughts. So this is kind of how I use it, I just talk about anything and everything, I could potentially make a piece of content from. And I personally think like the raw material quality is just 10 times higher and faster than you would if you had to type it on a laptop. So because the timer is set for 90 minutes, you can literally kind of record any sort of conversation, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a meeting, a brainstorming session, literally anything. Okay, so once I've brainstormed all my notes and I've gone through a couple of questions and I'm happy, I move on to step number 2. Right, so now I've gone through all of these mini transcripts, it's long, it's messy, it's full of filler words, and it's me just going on random tangents. But that's kind of the point, this is my voice, this is my idea, and it's not AI thinking for me, which is exactly what I want to avoid. So here's what I do. I tap on the 3 dots in the top right corner, copy transcribe, and copy cleaned transcript. And then I paste it straight into my Claude or ChatGPT using a special prompt. So you might be wondering, like, why don't you just draft your YouTube script or any piece of content inside Voicepal? So you might have noticed this blue bird button on the right hand side. So this is basically where you turn your transcript into a piece of content or a journal entry or a newsletter or anything like that. So the reason why I actually don't do this is because I just love ChatGPT or Claude's feature memory. So obviously I can use other chats as potential reference points and like information points. I just think it's a complete game changer, and there's not that feature in Voicepal. Also in Voicepal there's not a desktop version either, so it kind of makes it harder to produce the content directly from the app. I kind of like to separate them all, so I like Voicepal as my idea extractor and then Claude or ChatGPT as my organizer, meaning they've got 2 different jobs. My man got 2 jobs.
I do not need this. My man has 2 jobs.
I love that so much, man. Wow. Okay, so before we move on to step 3, we need the prompt, the special holy prompt. So because I'm a lazy ass and I like reusing things over and over again, I've got a template prompt where you can basically just copy and paste your transcript into and get like a clean outline of whatever content you want to make instantly. Okay, so let's paste our transcript into the prompt and move on to our last step. Alright, so we've got the structure, we've got the clarity, but we still don't have the script that we need. And this is the trap that I fell into, I ran everything through ChatGPT and Claude and I just said, write it for me. Don't do that. This is the part where you need to actually write it for yourself. So this is exactly how I do it. So I open Notion or Google Docs, whatever I'm writing my content on. I have that on the right hand side of my screen. and I open Claude or ChatGPT on the left hand side of my screen. So on the left hand side I've got the structured outline from AI that kind of helps me with the skeleton of the piece of content. And then on the right hand side I'm literally rewriting every single sentence in my own words, using my own tone, my own humour and my own pacing. So if a line feels a little bit too robotic, I'll just rewrite it. If something feels a little bit generic, I'll just swap it for a personal example or a story. And if the flow feels off, I just ask AI to kind of reorder the points, or I'll just do it myself. So this way I kind of see AI as like the sous chef and I'm the head chef, one of them head chefs with the big butcher knives. So basically I collect the ingredients in terms of the ideas, it prepares, you know, the recipe for me, meaning, you know, it's organizing all of my ingredients or my ideas, and I just cook the meal. So I finish it off, I type out the script, whether it's a YouTube video, a tweet, a newsletter, a journal entry, anything like that. Also, the prompt is in the link in the description below. And with a world with AI sloppage just literally everywhere and infesting our feeds, I think more and more people will crave authentic creators. So now when I sit down to create, I'm not actually cringing at my own videos, and I actually now enjoy to film because I know my videos will actually sound like me. So that's my entire workflow, you know, Voicepal to capture, AI to structure, and me to rewrite it. And honestly, I think switching to this process have just saved my passion for content creation, because the other way, it weren't it. It was not it at all. So if you found this video helpful, on this channel I share new ways to optimize and create content faster every single week. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. See you in the next video. Peace.